Hey everybody, start with where you are in business life. That's today's topic for Motivational Monday. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Byron Ingerman, author, speaker, podcaster. And today this is an important topic because so many times we end up in a situation where we like to call it comparatitis. I mean, use your imagination there with how you really want to spell it. But here's the challenge that people run into. And before we do that, I'm going to show this out so we can get a few more people onto this broadcast, because it's really important that we look at how do we adjust our mindset so we can create success in business and in life. Because if you think about Mondays, well, how do most people go about it? Are they excited about it? No, not usually. Most people are not all that thrilled that it's a Monday. And why? Because, it's unfortunately so many things that we want to do, we're not doing it the way that we are meant to. So here's some thoughts on why we need to start with where we are. First and foremost, we all have a starting point. There is an expression I heard ages ago. It's simply, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10. And this happens more than you think. Look at the number of people you see out there that are super successful here on Facebook. They're creating videos, they're launching big courses, they're hosting seminars. Well, they're further along in the game than where you are with where you are in business. It's no different than, let's say, if someone is in real estate as an example. You see that mega agent, they're closing, 10 different deals a month and you're struggling to get one. Well, guess what? At one point or another, they were in your shoes. And that's something that we typically forget about, is that, people are people. So we have to change that perception with what we're doing, how we go about doing it, and so forth, because guess what that means we need to do? We have to decide for ourselves, what do we want? And ultimately, that simply means we have to begin. That is the key to it. Because if we don't do that, well, guess what happens? We end up being stuck in that same situation because we're constantly, beating ourselves over the head for trying to get ahead. And that's what we must do, is get beyond that point. So here's what you do if you're really wanting to expand this mindset. First and foremost, stop comparing yourself to other people out there, because they're going to be where they are. If someone got started 10 years ago, congratulations, you're starting today. And the best thing is, you have advantages that other people do not have or did not have when they started their business. Look at the number of people that, let's say, they started their business 30 years ago. And the only way they can get in front of a large number of people consistently was to go out and speak in front of groups over and over again. Get booked and try to fill up rooms and seminars and so forth. Versus you now have the ability with a message such as Facebook, especially with Facebook Live, to be able to get in front of a lot of people without even leaving the comforts of your own home. Or let's say that you're vacationing somewhere and you want to do a presentation. You can do it right from there. There's no physical limits. That if someone in the past, if they wanted to, let's say, build a business, let's say in Florida, and they lived in New York City, the only way they were going to do it is they had to physically travel down there. Versus now, oh no, you can run ads, you can do different campaigns to be able to build your business where you want to be at. That's the advantage that we have today. And you see, this is why we can't compare ourselves to where somebody is today compared to where we are. So what we must do to get to where we want to be at is focus on that destination. Decide what is it that you want most and be willing to give 100% to make it happen. Don't try to give more than 100%. You know why? Because it's simple. You can't give more than 100%. If someone says, oh, you need to give more, that means you weren't giving 100% to start with. That's the key. So if you think that you could have done more at the end of the day, you know what you need to do the next day? Give a little bit more. And you keep going until you realize there is not a free moment in your day. That at the end of the day, you look back and say to yourself, I did good. I did everything possible today to achieve my goals. And even then, you have to evaluate, how can you do it better? Do it faster. Always look for that form of seeking. Just constantly seek improvement. This is what you want to do. But this is why you're on this journey. And you see, when you compare yourself to someone else, they've been through this process of evaluating what's working in their lives, what's not working, that gets them to where they want to be at. So you have to decide for yourself, how are you going to get there? And then just start doing it. Use what someone else has done as a roadmap. Look at what they're doing now and ask yourself that question. How can you get there? How can you deconstruct what they've done in that platform to get to that level? Where do you have to begin at? If they have an audience of 100,000 people, how do you start getting an audience of 10? And then 20, and then 50, and so on, until you hit that goal. Constantly move forward. That's what you must do, and never stop. Because here's that most critical part in this process as you are starting off with where you are. Will everything go perfect in the beginning? No, it's not. You're going to have things that go right, you're going to have things that go wrong, and some things you have no clue what happened. But here's the thing. You have to keep going. You cannot stop. Because when you stop, then you lose momentum. So you must keep that momentum going forward. Each and every day, work on your goals and don't stop. Because some people will paint this pretty picture like if you just do all these things, the road's going to be nice and smooth. It's not. It's bumpy. There's potholes, there's lane closures, there's everything out there in this journey. But what you have to do is stay focused and knowing that you're going to make some course corrections. Your business is going to adjust and adapt from the way it starts to the way it's going to be in the future. But you have to keep going. And that is key to you reaching that success. So I want you to do me a huge favor. Make that declaration today that you're going to begin with where you are. You're going to stop comparing yourself to the success of others and ask yourself, how do you achieve your type of success? What does it take to get there? And then when you look at someone else, deconstruct what they're doing and then duplicate it. So if they're posting on social media, say 5 times a day and you think that's working, guess what you need to do? Post 5 times a day. If they're doing videos, once a day or twice a day, guess what you're doing? You're doing those videos. If they're sending an email out every single day to their list, guess what you do? You start sending an email out to your day, every single list. You duplicate what someone's doing. You get better and better, and eventually, guess what happens? You're going to start achieving that type of success because you're focused on that bigger goal. So also do me one huge favor. Go ahead and share this video out there because there's someone who needs to hear this message. And even tag them in the comments because you know what? The more people that know that it's okay to stop comparing yourself to others and start focusing on your type of success, all the better. So keep at it and make it an awesome day.